I'm just going to go through a few players that I'm going to watch over the preseason. We'll start with the defenders, and I'm just thinking, I think everyone's defense is going to look the same at this point. Doherty, probably Williams and Whitfield as well. A lot of good options in defense, but those three I think will be the three most popular picks straight up. Probably Laird as well, but I think he's too expensive. But anyway, the players I want to watch though, Connor Blakely from Fremantle, you probably have heard of him. He's been training with the midfield group, and that's a good sign. He has scoring power, but he hasn't done it for a full season, so that's the issue there. I think he's like 24 now or something like that. So breakout potential. But yeah, I want to see a really strong preseason from him because he hasn't put it together for an entire year. But a lot of potential there. Another one, Wayne Miller from the Crows. The Crows have, they have Brodie Smith, Laird and Miller, all can play halfback. And I was listening to Smith on the radio, and he was saying they're all going to swap around either the midfield, the wing, or the halfback flank. So I think Miller can score. I think he won the time trial as well, so he's really promising, Wayne Miller. So I like him as a pick. Probably not confirmed yet, but need to see a really strong preseason, and he's always a chance to be thrown forward. I don't think that'll happen, but it's a chance. That would suck if that did happen. So that's the defenders. Midfielders are pretty stacked this year. Look at Fife, look at Cripps, look at Mitchell, McRae, a few others. We have danger in the forward line, which is great. So we can't pick them all at the start, obviously. But I'll be looking at Mitchell, and what I want to talk about is Jack McRae. Last year he was just scoring with ease at will, pretty much, and yeah, he was just out of control. If he gets anywhere, I think he was averaging 138 or 140 or something near the halfway point of the season. I think it was up to round 10. He was averaging 140. That's ridiculous. If he can even go 125, 15 below that, then that would be unreal. And I think he can. So watch him over the preseason. But he's the one I prefer to Cripps and Fife for now. But I'm not saying he's a better player, but in terms of Supercoach scoring, his scoring was just unreal last year. So he's a guy I'm going to consider paying overs for. And one more player I want to discuss. Actually, got two more to discuss for the midfield. Rory Sloane. He's going to be underpriced. He averaged 96 this year, and that's really low for him. So he's averaged 114 before, I think, and the midfield's going to be really contested in terms of who you want in your team. So I do like Sloane. I'm not expecting huge things from him, but at his price, he can make a little bit of money, and if it fits your structure, because he'll be cheaper than Dustin Martin, Matt Crouch, Zach Merritt. Those guys will probably be around maybe 520, 530, I'm not sure, where Sloane will be 30k cheaper or something like that. Maybe 40k. I'm not sure. Prices will come out and then we'll see then. So he's going to be really cheap. So I like Sloane. And apart from last year, he's pretty much never gotten injured. I think he's missed about, 4 games in 5 years, something like that. Really durable player. But yeah, he turned up to training early, so I like Sloane. And another one I want to watch is Dan Hanbury. Now, I'm probably not going to pick him. In fact, I probably know that I'm not going to pick him, but he could. It depends on the midfield rookies. He's going to be dirt cheap. He averaged 60. That's what I think Andrew Brayshaw averaged, first year player. So that's really pathetic from Hanbury. He looks cooked, but turned up to training early. Maybe he's over his groin problems. So yeah, we'll have a look at him. But McRae and Sloane I'm definitely watching, and just keep an eye on Hanbury, but probably not for me. Like every year, the rucks are going to be a headache. And, we didn't know about Grundy last year, but it happened. He averaged 35 more than what he did last year, which is unbelievable. So I do like Grundy to go on. I don't think you can start both. It's too much money. Value is just too important in this game. So I do like Grundy. So we'll watch him over the preseason. He worked with Cox pretty well. They had that figured out. So he's not going to be disrupted by a second ruckman. But yeah, we'll watch Grundy. Just make sure he stays fit, really. But yeah, I'll probably be picking Grundy and upgrading to Gorn after. Or we'll just see what happens. Expecting Gorn to do pretty well this year. He's too good not to do well. Another guy is Westhoff. Westhoff is an upgrade target. Don't pick him straight up. And we'll probably end up picking him in the forward line as coverage. So hopefully none of our rucks get injured in the first couple of weeks and we can upgrade to Westhoff. I don't know, maybe round 8, round 9. But we have to see, there's no guarantee Westhoff will actually score well, so we'll wait and see on him. But yeah, don't go picking him, he's too expensive. And he's like 32 or 33, that's a bit old. So yeah, there's always that risk that he falls off the cliff. So I'm not really sure who to pick in the rucks. There's McAvoy who did okay, but one guy I'm going to watch, probably not McAvoy, I think he's probably capped. But one guy I want to watch is Jared Witts. So I think he averaged 88. He plays for Gold Coast, which is a bit demoralising, but he's one of the ruckmans I've picked out that could potentially break out and have a really good season. I think he's around that age, 25, 26 or something. So he has potential. He's 211 centimetres, so he's really tall, can get the hit outs. He's one guy I'll watch. Am I going to pick him? I'm not sure yet, but he is on the radar. So I'm going to watch Witts. But yeah, we need to watch all the ruckmen because that R2 spot, it's going to be really tough again, like it was for 2018. So yeah, those are the rucks that I'm watching. Forward line is going to be, I think, similar to the defence. We have Dangerfield, we have Heaney. I think they're going to be locks for most people. So that's F1 and F2 done. But we still need to fill some other spots. So yeah, I do expect everyone to pick those two. We'll see what happens over the preseason, but it's hard not to pick them. I think I'm going to have a look at Dunkley and McLean. I like Dunkley. Don't have a lot of proven history from him, but the back end of last year, played midfield, played really well. And no doubt a talented player. So he's a guy I'll watch over the preseason. Don't know a lot about him, so need to watch him a bit more. Or track him a bit more. And also McLean. So McLean's a midfielder. We got him up forward. Should be a top 10 forward, I'd expect. He kind of died in the last half of 2018. But I think there's a lot of talent here and he's very young. And with another preseason, I expect him to do very well this year. So we'll watch McLean. He should play more midfield. He's no doubt, he's a midfielder. So his body is a bit frail, I think. He wasn't injured much, but he does get knocked around a fair bit. So that is a bit of a worry, but I'm thinking McLean is an upgrade target, but he's a very good player. Also, okay, I want to discuss Jack Billings, our old friend Billings, probably the disaster pick along with Hibbard for 2018. But I think there's so much talent here. He just needs a bit of confidence, and he's going to be way underpriced. So we'll watch him closely over the preseason. If the Saints have an easy draw, I'll have to double check that early. I'll probably pick him. But yeah, I expect him to do pretty well this year. Well, better than 2018. So yeah, I don't mind Billings, but yeah, we'll watch him. Another guy I want to watch is Chad Wingard. I think he's a superstar. He's a really good player. 2 All-Australians already. And under Alistair Clarkson, sky's the limit. So I like him a lot. I expect him to play more midfield time, but we'll see what they say in the preseason about him. So definitely watching Wingard. He will be my F3 at this point, but we'll wait and see. So I love Wingard. And that's my watch list. Of course, there's tons of other blokes I want to watch, but these guys I'm really keeping an eye on. And we'll see you guys soon. And yeah, hope you have a good Christmas. Actually, I will be back before Christmas, but if I don't, have a good Christmas.